the costume designer for Hedda Gabler, and this is my assistant.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm the assistant costume designer for Hedda Gabler.
I think my favorite part is when I have the chance to put my essence into the costumes, since it's a very a specific script, and the costumes are also very specific. So I like finding kind of those spaces where I can be more creative and be a part of the costumes.
My main focus kind of tends to change a lot because it really depends on what has to get done first. Really, I get to be in charge of fitting notes, which is nice, which is really fun. Sometimes I get to be in charge of research. Sometimes I get to be in charge of pulling different pieces for costumes to see what will work and what won't work. So it really kind of depends on what's needed for the day. Fittings have been going really well. I mean, I think it went even better than I thought it would, because we were with the time constraint that we were given. We were so worried, are we gonna have costumes that fit everybody? Are we gonna have the right kinds of costumes that fit the character? And so that was definitely a really big concern. And so I think it's been going a lot better than we thought.
Most of the show has been pulled, so finding pieces that fit everyone, it's kind of challenging, but it's also great when they put it on and it fits perfectly. I think they're going great, and it's going to the direction I wanted to go in. So it's great. Research a lot of Norway in the time. It was a little bit challenging too, because there's not as much research about Norway as there is in every other part of Europe at the time. So I actually found a museum in Iowa or something like that that has all of these Norwegian pieces and everything. So they have different times. Different time periods. So I found a lot of of woven pieces, clothing, art, portraits.
Yeah, I actually was in charge of the hair and makeup research that we did for the show, and it was a little tough at first because it's really hard to find a lot of really accurate photos from Norway from that time period. And so I actually found a Norwegian photo database. I couldn't read it because it was completely in a different language, but the years were there, so I could actually find pictures that were accurate to the place in the time period, and then just compare the hairstyles and stuff to what we have now.
Hi, my name is Caroline Slagle. I am a sophomore BFA in the musical theater concentration, and I have styled the wigs for Hedda Gabler. FAU has been awesome. They give you a ton of opportunities to really be able to explore a lot of different creative fields. For me, even though I'm in the musical theater program, with production hour and with there being an emphasis on having an appreciation for the behind the scenes of theater, I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to do these wigs. I came in with some wig experience. When I was in high school, I did some wigs in some of my shows. It was a super fun experience, and over the pandemic I was able to open an Etsy shop and learn more by doing orders and all that kind of stuff. The hairstyle can say a lot about a character. It says where they're from, it can say their class, it can say how they present themselves. Even hair color, I think, is such a strong element of a feature. For example, Hedda, she's a very strong woman. Red is such an empowering color. A lot of iconic redheads in a lot of social pop culture that we know of, and I think Hedda, they often have described her as having auburn hair in some translations and some versions of it. So that was a color that the costume designer really wanted, and I was super happy to do.
Actually, Hedda, I see her as being more modern, or more ahead of her time. She's very mature. She's a little bit manipulative. She's actually the only character who doesn't leave the house. She kind of feels useless after getting married. So I actually had the inspiration from one of her costumes, from a lamp. So it's not like she's becoming a lamp, but since she feels useless, I kind of got that idea of her being another piece of furniture.
There's been so much amazing work behind the scenes with the costume design, with the scene design and hearing the stories of rehearsals. There's just so much amazing work. So I just think it's a show that's been very detailed and constructed very well and with so much care, and I think the audience is really going to appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Des, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you to the cast for all of their hard work. To the crew, to Dawn. I couldn't Dawn this play without her. To Nicole, to my sister, and to Ashley for making all these videos. And to everyone else that are involved in this play. Gracias.
Thank you so much to Dawn for giving me this opportunity. Thank you to Paula for her amazing inspiration. Thank you to Des. I've heard so much amazing work about this production, and I'm so excited to see it along with everyone else. And thank you so much to everyone at FAU who's been supporting me and encouraging me to try so many things. Thank you so much. Come see Hedda Gabler opening October 1st in the Studio One Theater.
Come see Hedda Gabler.
Opening October 1st in the Studio One Theater.